am explain about the time gradient protection of a feeder and also the current gradient protection of a feeder. Okay, in the last class we already discussed about the first two types of a time gradient protection. Okay, in the last class we are already discussed about the first two types of time gradient protection of a feeder. Okay, that is the radial feeder and also the ring main feeders. Okay, the time gradient protection feeders gives the protection for the radial feeder and the parallel feeders. Okay, now in the present class, that is the third type of protection, ring main distribution. Okay, that will be discussed. That is the third type of time gradient protection of a feeder. First of all, why we will give the time gradient protection? Okay, depending upon the time of that protective relay, the relay will be operated, and then by using this time gradient protection we improve the continuity of the supply. Okay, without disconnecting of that feeder line, we are using the different time gradient protections of that feeders. Okay, and also we explain about the current gradient protection of that feeder in present class. Okay, first of all, what is meant by the ring main systems? Okay, we already well known about the what is meant by the radial system and what is meant by the parallel system and also what is meant by the ring main system. Okay, first of all, what is meant by radial system? Radial means that there is only one feeder line from generating station to the substation. Okay, there is no tappings in between the feeder line. Okay, that is known as the radial type of system. Okay, if any faults are obtained, in that case the feeder may be disconnected. Okay, and there is no continuity of the supply. Okay, we give only under healthy conditions. Okay, we give the power supply continuously under healthy conditions. Okay, that is the radial system. Okay, that's why we are going for the parallel system. That is, parallel system means that in that we are using the two types of feeder lines. Okay, if any discontinuities are obtained in the one of the feeder, of if any faults will be obtained in the one of the feeder, then automatically the other feeder will share the total overall load. Okay, for a somewhat of time. Okay, that already we said that time for that relay timings. Okay, for why? Because we are setting the relay timings means we are having the symmetrical faults and also the asymmetrical faults. Okay, some of the faults are automatically rectified and some of the faults are passing through the feeder line for a long period. Okay, based upon that fault timings, the feeder line will maybe damaged. Okay, that's why we give the different time gradient protections for the feeder is one of the major important criteria in the case of a transmission and also in the case of a distribution systems. Okay, that is the one of the major important consideration in the case of a transmission and also distribution systems. For each and every relay coil, we are having the different time settings. At the sending end, we are having the relay coil, and also at the receiving end, we are having the relay coils. Each relay coil are setting with the time gradient multiplier. Then by observing, by calculating that time, then only the relay will be operated. Then only the relay will be operated. Okay, that is the main advantage of a time gradient protection of the feeder line. Okay, next the coming to the ring main protection system. Ring main protection system means in that we are using the four substations. Okay, in that we are using the four substations. Okay, this is the substation 1 and this is the substation 2 and this is the substation 3 and this is the substation 4. Okay, Okay, each and every substation having the separate relays. Okay, this is the relay coil AB between the generating station to the substation 1. Okay, this is also relay coil B, and this is a relay coil C, relay coil D, relay coil E, F, G, H, I, J. We are using the number of relays in the ring main distribution systems. Okay, suppose if the fault will be obtained at that point, suppose the fault will be obtained at that point, what is the direction for that supply of that current? That is, first of all, relay A to B2, and then we are going the substation 1. After that, C, D, and then SE. Okay, if that at that point we obtain the fault. Okay, that's why there is no passage of that current from E to F. Okay, it is stopped from at that point. After that, at the other end of that feeder line, that that current will be flowing from the J, I, S4, H, G, S3 and F. Okay, at that point, there is no passage of that current. Okay, there is no discontinuity of the supply for that S4 and the S1. Only the relay coil E may be operated. Okay, that's why the continuity of the supply or this line, this feeder line only disconnected from the supply system. Okay, this feeder line is disconnected from the supply system, and also this feeder line is disconnected from the supply system. Okay, up to this point there is no discontinuity of the supply. Up to this point there is no discontinuity of the supply. Up to this point, this is the C, D, S2. Okay, till this point there is no discontinuity of the supply. Okay, suppose if the fault will be obtained at this point. Okay, suppose the fault will be obtained at that point, that is, suppose the fault will be obtained in this case. Okay, this is the fault condition at that point. Then what is the current flow direction? The current will be flowing from the generating station to A, B. After that there is a fault, then the circuit breaker or the relay coil C will be operated, and then totally it will be disconnected at that point. After that, the current will be crossing from the other feeder, that is J, I, S4, H, G, S3, F, and also E, and also D. Only the C relay coil will be operated at that faulty condition. Only the C coil or the C relay coil will be operated at that condition. Okay. Suppose if the fault will be obtained at this point. Okay, suppose the fault will be obtained at that point, that is the near to the H. Near to the H, that is the H is the relay coil. Suppose the fault will be obtained at this point, then what is the current direction? That is A, B, S1, C, D, S2, E, F, S3, G, H. Okay, and in this side also J, I, S4. Okay, at the near of that fault we are having the some relay coil, that is the relay coil H. Okay, only this relay coil will be operated. Only this feeder line is disconnected from the supply, and the remaining line is continuity of the supply. Okay, suppose if the fault will be obtained at this point. Okay, in that we are taking the time gradient multiplier or time gradient system or time gradient protection. That's why we are giving the different times for that relay coils. That's why we giving the different times for that relay coils. Okay, that relay coil times will be automatically adjusted by that relay coils. It will be automatically adjusted. Why? Because it will be set for automatically adjusted means the fault point does not constant at every feeder line. It will be varying. Okay, fault అనేది మనకి ఎప్పుడు ఒకటే పాయింట్ దగ్గర రాదమ్మా. కాబట్టి మనం ఏంటి ఆటోమేటిక్ గా రిలే యొక్క టైం సెట్టింగ్స్ అనేది అడ్జస్ట్ అయ్యేటట్టు మనం ఒక మల్టిప్లైర్ అనే దాన్ని సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకొని దాన్నే మనం టైం గ్రేడియంట్ మల్టిప్లైయర్ అంటున్నాం. ఓకే, సపోజ్ ఇక్కడ మనకి ఫాల్ట్ అప్టైన్ ఉంది. సపోజ్ ద ఫాల్ట్ విల్ బి అప్టైన్ అట్ దట్ పాయింట్. ఈ పాయింట్ దగ్గర మనకి ఫాల్ట్ అప్టైన్ అయింది అంటే ఏంటి, ఆటోమేటిక్ గా మనకి ఈ సబ్స్టేషన్ దగ్గర మనం ఏంటి కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేసుకున్నప్పుడు 1.5 సెకండ్స్ తర్వాత రిలే ఆపరేట్ అవ్వాలి. 1 సెకండ్, 2 సెకండ్స్, 0.5 సెకండ్స్, 2.5, 2.5, 0.5 అలా డిఫరెంట్ టైమ్స్ అనేవి మనం సెట్ చేసుకున్నాం. ఓకే, ఈ ఫాల్టెడ్ కరెంట్ టైమ్స్ మనం దేన్ని బేస్ చేసుకొని సెట్ చేసుకుంటాము అంటే ఇట్ విల్ బి డిపెండింగ్ అపాన్ ద ఫాల్ట్ పొజిషన్ ఆర్ ద ఫాల్టెడ్ పాయింట్. ఓకే, ఏ పాయింట్ లో మనకి ఫాల్ట్ అనేది అప్టైన్ అయింది దాన్ని బట్టి మనం టైం సెట్టింగ్స్ అనేవి తీసుకుంటాం. ఒకవేళ సపోజ్ ఇక్కడ ఫాల్ట్ అప్టైన్ అయింది అంటే ఇన్స్టంటేనియస్లీ ద రిలే కాయిల్ E and the relay coil F will be operated. Okay, instantaneously the relay coil E and the relay coil F will be operated after a very small time, that is after 0.5 seconds. If the fault does not clear after passing the time of 0.5 seconds, in that case the D and the G also operated. Okay, that is the main reason for the setting of that time setting multiplier. Okay, by using this time setting multiplier, first of all we identify the symmetrical faults and asymmetrical faults. Why? Because we are identifying the symmetrical and asymmetrical faults means we give the continuity of the supply. We give the continuity of the supply. మన అసలు ఫాల్స్ ని అజంప్షన్స్ చేసుకోకుండా మన టైం సెట్టింగ్ మల్టిప్లైర్స్ యూజ్ చేయకుండా నార్మల్ రిలే కాయిల్స్ ని ప్లేస్ చేసుకొని కూడా మనం రిలే కాయిల్స్ అనేవి ఆపరేట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. కానీ ఏంటి, కొన్ని ఫాల్ట్స్ అనేవి టైం బేస్ తో మనకి రెక్టిఫై అయిపోతాయి, కొన్ని ఫాల్ట్స్ ఏమో లాంగ్ టైం వరకు మనకి కన్సిడర్ అయి ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, అలా ఆటోమేటిక్ గా రెక్టిఫై అయ్యే ఫాల్ట్స్ వల్ల మనకి ఫీడర్ లైన్ ఎటువంటి డ్యామేజ్ అనేది ఉండదు. అలా కాకుండా మనం ఆటోమేటిక్ గా రెక్టిఫై అయిపోయినా లేదా లాంగ్ టైమ్ ఉన్నా కూడా ఫాల్ట్స్ మనం దాన్ని అసలు కన్సిడర్ చేయకుండా నార్మల్ గా ఆపరేషన్ కానీ ఇస్తే సప్లై అనేది మనం కంటిన్యూగా ఇవ్వలేము. వై? బికాస్ వి డస్ నాట్ గివ్ ద కంటిన్యూటీ ఆఫ్ ద సప్లై మీన్స్ ఎందుకు ఇవ్వలేము అంటే కంటిన్యూటీ ఆఫ్ ద సప్లై మన ఫాల్ట్స్ అనేవి మనకి నార్మల్ గా అప్టెండ్ అవుతూనే ఉంటాయి. అవి ఒక్కొక్కసారి మనకి ఓవర్ హెడ్ లైన్స్ లో సపోజ్ ఓవర్ హెడ్ లైన్స్ కానీ తీసుకుంటే విండ్ ఫ్లో అయినప్పుడు ఫాల్ట్స్ రావచ్చు, లేదా ఏదైనా డస్ట్ పార్టికల్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఫాల్ట్ కరెంట్, షార్ట్ సర్క్యూట్ కరెంట్స్ రావచ్చు. అలా స్మాల్ స్మాల్ ఫాల్ట్స్ కన్సిడర్ అయినా కూడా మనం రిలే కాయిల్ ఆపరేట్ గాని మనం సెట్ చేసుకుంటే ఏమవుతుంది, మనకి ఆ ఫీడర్ లైన్ వరకే మనకి డిస్కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. కానీ అలా ఒక్కొక్క పాయింట్ లో ఒక్కొక్క టైంలో మనకి డిస్కంటిన్యూటీస్ అనేది అప్టైన్ అయ్యి టోటల్ గా ఓవరాల్ గా మన యావరేజ్ ఆఫ్ దట్ కంటిన్యూటీ ఆఫ్ ద సప్లై కానీ తీసుకుంటే అంత ఎక్కువగా మనం కంటిన్యూటీ ఆఫ్ ద సప్లై అనేది ఇవ్వలేము. కాబట్టి కంపల్సరీ మనం ఏం చేయాలి, అదే టైం సెట్టింగ్ మల్టిప్లైయర్ ద్వారా ఈ రిలే కాయిల్స్ కి మనం టైం అనేది సెట్ చేసుకున్నాము అంటే ఒక 0.5 సెకండ్స్ తర్వాత ఒక రిలే కాయిల్ ఆపరేట్ అవుతుంది. నెక్స్ట్ 1 సెకండ్ తర్వాత ఇంకో రిలే కాయిల్ ఆపరేట్ సెట్ చేసుకుంటాం. ఇలా టైం ని బేస్ చేసుకుని మనం ఎందుకు సెట్ చేసుకున్నాము అంటే ఫస్ట్ సపోజ్ ఫాల్ట్ ఇక్కడ అప్టైన్ అయినప్పుడు ఇన్స్టెంట్ గా దాని దగ్గర ఏదైతే రిలే కాయిల్స్ ఉన్నాయో ఆ రిలే కాయిల్స్ అనేది ఆపరేట్ సెట్ చేసుకుంటాం. ఓకే, తర్వాత కొంత టైం గడిచిన తర్వాత దట్ ఈస్ ద ఆఫ్టర్ 1 సెకండ్ ఆర్ ద 0.5 సెకండ్ దిస్ రిలే కాయిల్స్ విల్ బి ఆపరేటెడ్. ఫాల్ట్ ఇక్కడ అప్టైన్ అయింది అంటే ఆ ఫాల్ట్ ఆటోమేటిక్ గా క్లియర్ అయిపోతే మనకి ఏం కాదు, ఓన్లీ ఈ ఫీడర్ లైన్ డిస్కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. దీనికి ఏవైతే లోడ్స్ ఉన్నాయో ఆ లోడ్స్ మాత్రమే మనకి డిస్కనెక్ట్ అవుతాయి. అలా కాకుండా మనం టైం గ్రేడియంట్ సెట్టింగ్స్ అనేవి ఏం చేసుకోకుండా ఉన్నాము అంటే ఇక్కడ ఏవైతే దగ్గరగా రిలే కాయిల్స్ ఉన్నాయో ఆ రిలే కాయిల్స్ అనేవి ఆపరేట్ అయిపోతూనే ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, అందుకని మనం టైం సెట్టింగ్ మల్టిప్లైయర్ ద్వారా రిలే కాయిల్స్ మనం సెట్ చేసుకోవడం వల్ల కంటిన్యూటీ ఆఫ్ ద సప్లై అనేది ఇవ్వగలం. నార్మల్ గా బై యూజింగ్ ద రేడియల్ సిస్టమ్ we does not give the 100% continuity of the supply. Why? Because we does not give the 100% continuity of the supply. That means the in that type of feeder line only we are using the one feeder. Suppose if any faults are obtained at that feeder, suppose if any faults are obtained at that feeder, in that case automatically there is a some suppose if any faults are obtained at that feeder line, in that case the overall system may be disconnected from the supply. Why? Because we are disconnecting the overall system, we are using only one feeder. If fault will be obtained at that feeder, then the total supply will be disconnected. Okay, that is the radial system. Okay, in that radial system we also arranging the time gradient multiplier protection. That means we are using the number of feeder, so number of relay coils. At the sending end we are using the some relay coils, at the receiving end we are using the some relay coils. Okay, depending upon the time or points of that fault, automatically that relay coil adjusts the time setting multiplier. By using the time setting multiplier, that relay coil adjusting the time. Okay, but in the case of a radial system there is only one feeder line. Okay, that's why there is a one source from generating point to the substation. Okay, that's why we does not give the 100% continuity of the supply. And also by using the parallel type of feeder lines we give or we improve the continuity of the supply. Why? Because we are improving the continuity of the supply means the some of the customers only attracted for the continuity of the supply. That means that some industrial consumers or some commercial consumers that only attract the continuity of the supply. That's why we give the we improve the continuity of the supply is the one of the major consideration in the case of a power system. Okay, in the parallel systems also we are using the two feeders. The two feeders shares the total load under normal operating condition. Suppose if any faults are obtained, only one feeder in the feeder line, that feeder line is disconnected and other feeder line gives the continuity of the supply. How that feeder line is disconnected means that in that we are using the number of relay coils and that relay coil setting the sum of the relay setting times. By using that relay setting times, that relay coil is operated. Okay, that is the parallel type of system. Next, last one is the ring main distribution system. Ring main means the supply is connected. The supply is connected from the generating station to the substation is like as a ring. Okay, that's why it is called as the ring main system. Okay, in this system, various power systems or substations are interconnected by alternate routes. Okay, suppose we are taking the S1 substation. In that substation, what is the current direction? That is generating station to A coil, A relay coil, B relay coil, and then S1. What is the second direction? That is J, I, S4, H, G, S3, F, E, D, C. Okay, that is the another direction. We are having the alternate routes are there are the or it is in the form of a ring, closed ring. Okay, thus forming a closed ring. In case of a damage to the any of the ring, the section may be disconnected for the repair. Okay, if suppose the fault will be obtained at that point. only this section is disconnected from the supply system. Okay, and the other end of this generating station, we give the continuity of the supply for S4, S3, S2. Okay, and also is up to that point of S1. Okay, only this feeder line is disconnected. Okay, that is the connection between the S2, S1 and the S2. Okay, in that feeder line only the fault will be obtained. Only this feeder line is disconnected from the supply system. Okay, any section of that ring, okay, that section may be disconnected and further repair, and power will be supplied from the both ends of the rings. Okay, therefore maintaining of that supply. Okay, that is the diagram shows the single line diagram of a ring main system consisting of one generating station, that is the G, supplying four substations. Okay, this is the generating station G, and this generating station supplying the four substations, that is the S1, S2, S3 and also the S4. Okay, in this arrangement, the power can be flows in the both the directions under faulty conditions. Okay, under normal operating conditions and also under faulty conditions, the power can flow in the both the directions. Okay, therefore it is necessary to grade in both the directions rounded the ring, and also to use the directional relays. Okay, in order that only faulty section of the ring is isolated under faulty conditions. Okay, the type of the relays and their time setting should be as follows. Okay, the two lines leaving the generating station should be equipped with non-directional overcurrent relays at A and at the J. Okay, this is the A point and the G point. At these points only we are taking the non-directional relay coils. Why? Because we are taking that non-directional relay coils means that at each substation reverse power or the directional relay should be placed. Okay, at each and every substation we are using the directional relays at both incoming and the outgoing sides. Okay, that is the B, C, D, E, F, G, H and I are the directional relays. Only we are using the A and J are the non-directional relays. Okay, there should be a proper relative time settings of that relays. As an example, going round to the loop, that is G, S1, S2, S3, S4 and also G. This is the loop. Okay, the outgoing relays that the A, C, E, G and I are set with a decreasing the times. Okay, this is the decreasing times of that outgoing relay coils A, C, E. This is the decreasing relay coils A, C, E and also D, R, G, I. Okay, this is the decreasing relay coil time settings. Okay, A, C, E, G, I. Okay, similarly going round the loop in the opposite directions, that is the G, S1, S2, S3, S4, G. The outgoing relays are the J, H, F, D and B. Okay, these are the outgoing relays. J, H, G, F are the outgoing relays. Okay. The time is also in the decreasing mode, that is the J, H, F, B, D. Okay, J, H, F, D and B. J is the 2.5 seconds, H is the 2 seconds and F is the 1.5 second and D is the 1 second and B is the 0.5 seconds. Okay, these are the outgoing relays. J, that is 2.5 seconds and H is the 2 seconds and F 1.5 seconds and D 1 second and B is the 0.5 seconds. Okay, these are the outgoing relays. The incoming relays are the A 2.5 seconds, C 2 seconds, E 1.5 seconds, G 1 second, I 0.5 seconds. Okay, these are the incoming relay coils. These are the incoming relay coils at a particular fault conditions. Okay, that is the incoming relay coils and the outgoing relay coils. Okay, next, suppose a short circuit occur at a point. At this point, suppose this is the faulted point. Suppose the short circuit obtained at this point. In that case, in order to ensure the selectivity, it is desired that only circuit breakers at a E and F should be open to clear the fault. Okay, suppose the fault will be obtained at this point. This is the faulted point. In that case, only the relay coil E and the F will be operated at that instantaneously. Why? Because these relay coils will be operated instantaneously if these relay coils are near to the faulted point. Okay, these relay coils are the near to the faulted points. Okay, that is the main reason for the instantaneous operation of that this E and the F relay coils. Okay, suppose the fault will be obtained at that point. Suppose the fault will be obtained in between C and D relay coils, then the C and D relay coils will be operated and thus the other relay coils does not operated. Okay, this is the time gradient main advantage. Okay, E and F should be open to the clear the fault, where other sections of the ring should be intact to maintain the continuity of the supply. Therefore, the other sections have to maintain the continuity of the supply. Only we disconnect the feeder line in between the E and the F. Okay, the other feeder lines are give the continuity of the supply only. Okay, the power will be fed to the fault via two routes, that is the from G around S1 S2, that is the first point. Second point is the from G around S4 and the S3. Okay, it is clear that the relays at the A, B, C, D as well as J, I, H, L will not be trip. Okay, once we observe the diagram. On the fault will be obtained at that point when instantaneously the relay coil E and F will be operated. Okay, after that the supply will be continuous from the G S1 and also S2 and G S4 and also the S3. Okay, there is only we disconnect the feeder line between the E and the F. Why? Because we disconnect the feeder line between E and F means that the fault will be obtained at particular this point only. Okay, that's why only this feeder line is disconnected from the supply. Okay, that means that only E and the F relay coils will be operated. Only the E and the F relay coils will be operated. Okay, this is this total feeder line. This total feeder line is disconnected from the supply system. Only the supply from is passing from the point G, second one S1, S2. Okay, this is the one direction and other direction is the that is G, second S4, next one is the S3. Okay, this is the two directions when the fault will be obtained at this point. Okay, the feeder between these E and points will be disconnected. Okay, this feeder line is disconnected from the supply system. Only the power will be flowing from the substation G, S1, S2. Okay, other direction is the substation G, S4 and the S3. Okay, this is the ring main distribution system time gradient protection of the feeder line. Okay. Next one is the Methods of protection of a feeder. What are the methods are there for the protection of the feeders? Okay, normally the time gradient, current gradient protections are the two types of protection systems that will be already discussed. That is the non-unit type of protection. Okay, that are the non-unit type of protection. Okay, normally mainly the feeder protections are divided into two types. Okay, mainly the feeder protections are divided into two types. That is, first one is the non-unit type of protection. Second one is the unit type of protection. The feeder protection is divided into two types. First one is the non-unit type of protection. That is the second one is the unit type of protection. Again, the non-unit type of protection is divided into time gradient over current protection. Next one is the current gradient over current protection. Next one is the distance protection. Okay, we already studied about the time gradient over current protection. Okay, we already discussed about the time gradient over current protection. That is the non-unit type of protection. Okay, the time gradient over current protection is the non-unit type of protection. Okay, next one is the current gradient over current protection. Next one is the distance protection. Okay, in the current gradient over current protection, the protection is given based upon the current gradient. Okay, in the previous case, the time gradient protection, the protection is given based upon the time of that relay coil. Okay, the protection is given based upon the time of that relay coil. Okay, next one is the distance protection. Okay, that in that case the relay coil will be operated depending upon the distance. Okay, next type is the unit type of protection. Unit type of protection is the differential protection. Next one is the carrier current differential protection. Okay, differential protection. Next one is the carrier current differential protection. Therefore, the feeder protections are divided into two types. That is the non-unit type of protection. Next one is the unit type of protection. Okay, non-unit type of protection is divided into three types. That is time gradient, current gradient, distance protection. Next one is the unit type protection. Unit type protection is also divided into two types. That is the differential protection. Next one is the carrier current differential protection. Okay, next one is the carrier current differential protection. Okay, this is the current gradient protection of a feeder line. Okay, based upon the current rating, that relay coil will be operated. Okay, based upon the current rating, the relay coil may be operated. Okay, this is the current gradient protection. This is the relay pickup secondary current. This is the CT ratio maximum current. Okay, in that feeder line we are using the A, B, C. Okay, in that feeder line we are using the A, B, C. Okay, in that we are using the some cities, that is the 400 by 5 amperes, 400 by 5 amperes and 400 by 5 amperes. Okay, the current rating of the cities is setting by the 5 amperes, 10 amperes and 12.5 amperes. Okay, depending upon the time of the, depending upon the current basis, these relay coils will be operated. If the current will be exceeds the 5 amperes, in that case only this feeder line is disconnected from the supply. If the current is exceeds 10 amperes, in that case up to this point the feeder line is disconnected from the supply. Suppose the current exceeds the 12.5 amperes, in that case the overall feeder line is disconnected from the supply. Okay, a time gradient system provides deals which is not required at a high faulty currents. Okay, in the previous slides we already discussed about the time gradient protection, by using this time gradient protection, it is not suitable for the high faulty currents. Only it will be suitable for the low fault currents. Okay, that's why we are designing the current gradient protection. Only small short circuit currents we are using the time gradient protection. For large faulty short circuit currents, we are using the current gradient protection. Okay, based upon the current rating that feeder line is operated. Okay, it cannot difficult the zone in which the fault occurs due to the low difference in their magnitudes. Okay, it cannot differentiate the zones. Only we are using the current gradients. Okay, depending upon the current readings only, the relay coil will be operated. So the time gradients IDMT relays are used along with the current gradient schemes to overcome the higher ratings of currents. Okay, that's why we are using the current gradient protection for heavy short circuit or heavy fault currents are obtained in the feeder lines. Okay, on the basis of the short circuit currents, that relay coil will be disconnected at the particular feeder point. Okay, in that we are using the three stages, that is the A, B, C. Okay, A substation, B substation and the C substation. Each and every substation we are using the CTs and also some relay coil circuit breakers. Okay, in between that CTs and the relay coils and the circuit breakers, we adjust the current ratings before going to the operation of the feeder line. Okay, in that we are using the non-directional type of relays. Okay, in that case we are using the non-directional type of relay coils. Okay, suppose the 5 amperes will be obtained. In that case only this relay coil will be operated, and then this relay coil is operated, and then only we disconnect the system at particular point only. Otherwise it does not grading the currents. The overall feeder line is disconnected. Why? Because the overall feeder line is disconnected means that we are using the ring main system. Okay, this is the example of the ring main system. What is the ring main system? Only we are using the one feeder line. Suppose if any fault will be obtained at any point of the feeder line, we are not using any time gradient or a current gradients. In that case, the overall feeder line is disconnected from the supply system. Okay, in that case, the overall feeder line is disconnected from the supply system. Okay, for continuity of the supply or improve the continuity of that supply system, we are using the time gradient relay protections or we are current gradient relay protections. Okay, for small circuit currents or for small faulted currents, we are using the time gradient protection of a feeder. Okay, for large short circuit currents or large faulted currents, we are using the current gradient different protections. Okay, in that name also we are having the time and also the current. We grade the time and also we grade the currents. Okay, that's why in the current gradient protection we are dividing the currents, faulted currents at a particular points. Suppose the fault will be obtained at that point. Suppose the fault will be obtained at this point. First of all, we check that how much amount of that fault currents will be developed at that point. Okay, suppose that faulted current is less than the 5 amperes, then only this feeder line or only this part of the line is disconnected from the system. Okay, suppose the fault will be obtained at this point only, and we calculate that faulted current that is more than the 10 amperes, more than the 10 amperes. In that situation, both the relay coils will be operated. Okay, in that situation, both these relay coils will be operated. Only the substation A is gives the supply from the generating station. Okay, the B and the C are disconnected from the supply system. Okay, suppose the fault current is more than the 12 amperes. In that case, the overall feeder line is disconnected from the system. Why? Because the overall feeder line is disconnected from the system. High short circuit currents will give the more severe damages for the feeder lines. Okay, that's why when the high short circuit currents are obtained at any point of the feeder line. Okay, when a high short circuit currents are obtained at any point of the feeder line, in that case the overall system is disconnected. ఓకే అర్థమైందమ్మా. అదే కరెంట్ గ్రేడియంట్ ప్రొటెక్షన్ లో కానీ మనం తీసుకుంటే సపోజ్ ఫాల్ట్ కరెంట్ చాలా తక్కువ ఉంటే ఓన్లీ ఏ పార్ట్ లో అయితే మనకి ఫాల్ట్ అప్టెండ్ అయిందో ఆ పార్ట్ వరకే మనం డిస్కనెక్ట్ చేస్తాం. అదే 10 ఆంపియర్స్ కన్నా మనకి అబోవ్ ఫాల్ట్ కరెంట్ ఉంది అంటే ఇవి రెండు డిస్కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. అదే 12 ఆంపియర్స్ కన్నా ఉంది అబోవ్ ఉంది అంటే మొత్తం ఫీడర్ లైన్ మొత్తం డిస్కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఎందుకు మనం మొత్తం ఫీడర్ లైన్ డిస్కనెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నాము అంటే అంత ఫాల్ట్ కరెంట్స్ వల్ల తొందరగా మనకి ఆ ఫీడర్ లైన్ కి ఏవైతే జనరేటర్స్ కావచ్చు, ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మర్స్ కావచ్చు, ఏవైతే కేబుల్స్ కావచ్చు మనం కనెక్ట్ చేసినవన్నీ కూడా డ్యామేజ్ అయ్యే ఛాన్స్ అనేది చాలా క్విక్ గా ఉంటది. కాబట్టి వాటన్నిటిని మనం ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేయాలి అంటే ఈ కరెంట్ రేటింగ్స్ ని బట్టి, కరెంట్ గ్రేడింగ్స్ ని బట్టి వి గివ్ ద ప్రొటెక్షన్స్